Alright, sorry about that to anybody who was watching. I tried to create a new scene in OBS Studio so that I could have like a be right back scene for when I'm doing Twitch streaming. But it keeps crashing. It keeps crashing OBS. So I'm just going to not do that. And I will be right back. But I. I gotta run to the bathroom really quick, and then I will be back to continue streaming. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I am back. Let me just check on OBS really quick. Cool, it's not playing my radio music or anything. Okay. This is sweet. I'm just so, just always amazed at how easy Godot makes everything. Like, we have little tanks driving around, crashing into each other in 3 hours worth of work. I did practically nothing. I just like connected the little bits and copy and pasted stuff from documentation. So this is super cool. Next, we need different color tanks. That should be easy. I probably should have put the tank scene in like a folder because now I want to have a bunch of tanks. I'm going to make a folder called tanks. I want to move the tank scene into there. Well, the tank scene and the HUD and some other crap ended up in assets. That's not where that goes. Let's get that out of there. Yeah, we don't want any of that stuff in assets. Let's close up assets. I'm gonna need assets in a second for making the tanks. Yeah, another resource is loading from path. Yes, I'm aware of that. So main needs to update. Yeah, assets tank. Jeez, tanks, tank. Let me just make sure this is all still working now that I've moved everything around. Let's run the client. Let's say connect, start. All right, everything still seems to be working. Yeah, I don't need to test it more than that. Disconnected from server. All right, so we have tank in there. We need to make a new scene, which will inherit from tank. So like a quick button to say like make inherited scene. That'd be so awesome. New inherited scene, come on. Instance? No. New inherited scene from tank. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Okay, so to make this work, we need to just change up some stuff. I guess I'll make one that's like blue tank. And I guess I want to keep the node names the same, I think. So say save. We'll call this blue tank. Or maybe I should name them after the players. I think that'll make life easier because I'm already like grabbing the start positions from player. So player 1. And we'll do new inherited scene from tank. And here's where we'll start swapping some of the assets. Oh, and I was thinking I was going to need to grab things from the assets, but I won't. I'll just be changing the region. So let's go look at that Kenny. Here, let me just close out all this crap so it's not bothering me. So we have this. I kind of like the darker colored ones more than this light colored one. So I'm going to do blue, green, red, black. Yeah, blue, green, red, black. So we'll do green next. We want the green without a turret and with an outline. So we want pixel snap. We want green. It's weird dealing with assets this large. I just feel so imprecise, you know? And I can tell, like I turned off that, I re-imported this with the filter on, and I can tell that it's blurry now. I might walk that back. Let me just. I don't know. This is fine. This is fine. Just keep plowing forward. It's a game jam. It's a game jam game. All right, so that's good. And then we need to switch this sprite to a green turret. And there's a couple of choices. They're all mixed up in here, though. So I used this kind of smaller turret the first time around, but there's like this bigger one. I could maybe use that to give it a little bit of color. You know, like this tank's a little bit unique. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's just all do the basic one. Does that look good? Yes, it does. All right. Player 2 will be green. Let's save this. Player 2. And next, we'll do another inherited scene from tank. Let's grab, what did we decide? Red or green, red. So next is red. So we want the red with an outline and no turret attached, which I think is this one. I gotta turn that filter off. I don't know. Just the imprecision of this just like bothers me in my bones. Let's Import preset 2D pixel, re-import. Okay. Looks like pixels. I'm sorry, universe. If it's pixel art, I need to see the pixels. Okay. And then we need to switch the turret sprite to the red outline small one, which I think is this one right here. Oops. Can I undo my change? No. Just gotta start over. Okay. So that one's ready. That's player 3. And then let's do another inherited scene from tank. This is the last one. It's going to be the black, the badass black tank. So that one looks like it's not outlined. This one looks like it's outlined. All right. Oh, his snap mode is none. Pixel snap. I need pixel snap. Pixel snap where I feel unbound. Okay. I probably have to go correct that on some of the other ones now too. Let's do. We need the black small outlined turret. I think that's this one right here. Okay. What is it? F that centers? Whoa, two centered. Two centered. All right. That looks good. I'll save player 4 here. So I'm going to go back to these ones that weren't pixel snapped. Just adjust them slightly so that they're on pixel boundaries. All right, and this body sprite. The other option is just rounding the numbers. Somehow feels lazier, but probably actually isn't. Okay, so let me just look at region. It's all decimals. Region, all decimals. Or integers, I should say. The opposite of decimals. Okay, player 2. Region. Yep. Player 1. Yep. Yep. Okay. Cool. I did the first two right and then just kind of forgot about pixel snap on 3 and 4. So they're all set there. Now I need main to dole them out separately. This is going to be interesting. Say player 1. Player 1. All right. So this will get all of those scenes loaded. Then we have to dole them out some way, which I'll make like a little dictionary that will fill on ready. This way we can easily look them up. Sorry, to the people watching my Twitch, I'm sending a message in Slack to my coworkers who I'm game jamming with. Okay. So we have the tank scenes stashed up in a dictionary. Oh, yep. So we need to tell each player which tank they are. Player start positions are player tanks. So player tanks was player 1. And here we'll do same deal like with the start positions, but we are grabbing them from that. Oh, and you know what? Oh, okay, I declared it. Tank scenes player plus string I, and we'll pass the player positions and the player tanks. I don't think we'll have to pass any more stuff. If we do, it might make sense to have that be one dictionary that has that stores dictionaries with the individual items rather than just like endlessly passing dictionaries to the pre-configure game method here. Player tanks, dictionary. So here we will do player tanks, my ID, and that needs to come from, oh, no, here we go. This isn't, we don't want to send the whole scene over the wire. We only want to send the name. And then here we'll actually get tank scenes. So that should work. It is kind of a waste that we're loading, or no, because we always have to load every tank. Well, not always, because there might be less players. Whatever. This is easy. I'm not worried about loading and resources. It's game jam. Game jam game. Oh, right. Let me just copy and paste this. And I'll switch my ID for peer ID, and we will create the correct tank scene for the other tanks too. All right, so serve, let me go create a client. Here comes the client, and then we will start. Oh, yeah, we have a green tank and a blue tank. I accidentally switched which window I was sending input to. That freaked me out for a second. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So we have different colored tanks. That's done. Let's commit that to Git. I'm amazed at how many different things I changed in just that tiny commit, or tiny functional change. How many this all seems fine. This all seems fine. So this is cleanup and using a different colored tank for each player. Oh, remember which screen I'm messing with here. Okay. Next up, we get to show the names. I'm actually kind of excited for this. Like, it adds a whole lot of character to the game to be able to see who you're shooting. So we need a label. And let's zoom in on this tank. Come on, what? Isn't it like Shift F that zooms me in? I don't know why it's not doing it. Maybe this one? Whatever. So I'm going to grab our label. This is going to say, I'm going to call it player name. And we are going to move it above the tank. I'm thinking about the health bar is going to need to go up there too. So it might make sense to have like a node 2D here just to hold like that kind of, not HUD, but whatever you call that. Stats. I don't know, info. Call it info. And we'll position the info. Why is that not moving? Oh, I just can't see it? Is that what's going on here? If I move this node, I'm in move mode, right? On this particular node. Oh, I don't know what the heck is going wrong. All right. Let's go info. Wait, did I make this a node and not a node 2D? I did. That's what's going on. Node 2D. Let's get rid of this info node. Do an info node 2D. Now move tool. There we go. Should move that up above. I don't know if I want to put like a little like rect behind it, like a color rect. The color, I guess it will be black and semi-transparent. and alpha a bunch over. All right, and this color rect, we're going to let's adjust info a little bit over, and the player name is going to come down a little bit, and color rect. All right, there's the color. How do I control the size of this color rect? Is that just rect? Well, we'll do resize. There. The problem, of course, is that the player name could get bigger or smaller. I wonder if label just has like a background I could do. I do not know. This will be fine for now. I think we want to do this font, but I don't want to use the same font resource because I want to be able to do a different size, a different font size. So we're going to say new dynamic font, and we're going to drop in the same TTF we were using for the other font. Ooh, that actually looks pretty cool. I like the way that looks. We're going to clip the text. We are going to center it. And yeah, that looks cool. I like it. Now we got to keep the info not rotating with the tank. So that's a little bit weird. Every time we rotate the tank, we need to set the info global rotation to 0. And that's here and here. Maybe I'll do it at the end because it's such a weird thing. I'll put a little note by it too because it is kind of, what did I delete? Some weird indents there. What? Do I still have an instance running? Yes, I do. That's what it's complaining about. Trying to mess... What did I close? Trying to mess with a node that doesn't exist yet. Okay, I'm going to put a little note here. Prevent info from rotating with tank. So all I'm going to do is make sure that that rotation trick, git push, Godot, start the client. All I care about is making sure that that player name is not rotating with the tank, and it is. It's not rotating though. It's not spinning, so I think I just missed a line. Info global position. Whoa. I don't want global position to be nothing. I want to just not change. What am I doing wrong here? No, global rotation. If I remove this, how does it look? Yeah, so I can test this, just this scene to speed things up here. Yeah, okay, so if I remove that thing I did for global rotation, it goes like that. So my thinking here was partially correct. So it's not rotating, but it's still moving in like just a weird ass way. Let's Google this one. So I'm going to say Godot prevent child from rotating. Uh, this is like literally exactly what I'm doing here. Remote transform 2D. I know that there's a way to do this. I've seen other tutorials that do this. Yeah, seems like this is oh, that's not even Godot. That's like some other thing in here. Um, so maybe I'll try this thing where it says set as top level and then manually move it. I have to rotate the kinematic body because it has the collision in it. Alright, so in ready, let's get like var, we'll say info offset. We'll do so its position is basically its offset, right? And then we'll say info set as top level true, and then we will do info position equals global position plus info offset, right? And then we just have to keep doing this. I don't think we need to do the rotation thing anymore. And yeah, this is only for remote, but I will see if this works. So we want to play just the scene. There we go. Beautiful. Haha. Player name. Wondering if maybe I should put it in the bottom rather than the top, but that looks perfect. I like it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, that worked brilliantly. Now I just need to actually set those names. So I'm going to need a function we can call set player name, name, string, and we're going to do info, player name, text equals name. And so then we need to call this from main at the right moment. And then here, same deal, but we have the player names in the players array, and this is where we'll find out if that's actually getting set correctly, because we wrote the code for that earlier, never tested it. Is this all we need? I hope so. I have a feeling I left something running. Oh, nope. Alright. Alright, so David, which is my name. Oh, hey, someone's actually in chat. I've been at this for all day. Hey, F me. I'm working on a multiplayer top-down tank game for Game Jam. And yeah, I started it like 4 hours ago, and not super far yet. I have the up to 4 people being able to connect to a server and drive around in different colored tanks. And yeah, right now I'm testing that the names are getting displayed. Not a lot of room for a whole random coward. I'm going to drive my guy over there and make sure that both the client and the server have geez, these tanks are slow. So slow. That both client and server have the right names. Sweet. Oh, there's some freak out going because I think both windows are getting my mouse input, maybe. No, what is causing that? That's really weird. Hmm. Well, that weird turret freakout wasn't happening before. I'm not sure what's causing it now. Like, it's sort of working, but then there's just like these weird spasms that are also occurring. Let's look at the code for that for a second. I don't see any any particular reason for that, but it could be because I'm testing both client and server on by same machine, and the something weird's happening with grabbing the mouse position from both windows or something. Anyway, what I was working on was these names in here. Debugger errors are piling up quick. You mean up here? RPC. I have no idea what that means. Condition can call mode. I don't know. They're not. Whoa, here too. Wow. Thanks for pointing that out, Dan Bamboo. Wow. So that's happening in tank 29. Tank 29, move and slide, velocity. And the error is condition can call mode is true? Or no? No, yeah, that is the error. What the heck does that even mean? Anybody have any ideas? Wow. Like, I'm not even doing an RPC on that line. Unless this is something unrelated. I could start commenting out different RPC calls. I wonder if I'm just gonna try removing this puppet as just like a random thing to try. Or I need it to be at least remote. Never mind. I can't totally remove puppet. Let's try remote. Yeah, I click there and it gives that same line in multiplayer API CPP, which doesn't really help me knowing where it's coming from in my code, because that's like a line reference in the Godot engine. So we're wow. Okay, well the freakouts are worse now. That's not good. All right. Let's return puppet here. I bet that means it's this RPC call though. No, not connect. What am I doing? Need to serve. Serve. You are the server. All right. Let's get a client. Connect. Start. Okay. Debugger's going crazy, but it's at least not freaking out like it was. So that must have just been some random issue. Random unrelated issue. I'm going to try commenting out this RPC, which will break actually having the tanks move on the client, but I'm going to see if that makes this debug message go away. It does make that debug message go away. So it's something with that RPC call. I'm just gonna like Google this error and see if anyone else has talked about it. It's not a rigid body, it's a kinematic body. Yeah, this is like exactly what I'm doing, except I'm not doing a rigid body, I'm doing a kinematic body. It should be fine to set the position of a kinematic body. I mean, I'm not in physics process when this RPC call is received. So that could be part of the problem. See what this node is about. Oh, it's just a node on rigid body. I think we set this stuff right, that we set the network master for those nodes to the right client ID. Yeah, maybe there's a typo in the code that's setting the master. Da, 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 da. Okay, so set network master on my player to my ID and set network master to the peer ID on the other player. That seems right. Must have their name set to their network ID. Okay, I did that. We do that. We set the other player name to the peer ID, which comes from here. Let me like inspect this a little bit in the debugger and see if everything has the values it's supposed to be having. So we'll do serve and connect and start. And I'm going to go look at the remote nodes. So I need to see what the like network master is for each of these. I'm actually gonna, I guess, set a breakpoint somewhere. Let's go to the tank. Alright, so we have a breakpoint. In Godot, can I just like type code? I missed that from pretty much every other debugger. I would like to. I don't see a spot to do it. All right, and this only helps me on the server side anyway. I think debugging with the debugger is not the right thing. I think I'm going to add some print statements in here because then I'll be able to see them on the server and the client. Yeah, the auto reload of GDScript. I think that only works though for um, the server which I'm starting from the editor. I think the clients which I'm just like starting, from the command line won't auto reload, and I need to make sure the client and the server stay in sync. I need you to die. Die. Okay. So I'm going to print. So this will be my ID, string my ID. And then on these players, I'm going to yeah, all that seems good, but let's print it out just to be sure. We'll say print peer ID string peer ID. All right, so I'm going to watch on the client and the server as they get set up to make sure that everything has the ID it should, which sets both the name and the network master, which is what that thread I saw earlier claims will prevent this error. String is not declared based on base string. That's also weird. So is this actually returning a string? It shouldn't. It should return an integer. Oh, come on. Search help. We want scene tree. Get unique. Get network ID unique. Yes, that should return an integer. What are you complaining at me about? Oh, I put a dot. Too many. Switching between too many programming languages. That's how you concatenate strings in PHP. All right. Serve. Whoa, this one's still running. And the client start. Okay, so this does my ID, peer ID, this thing, and this one. I'm not gonna be able to see that in a second. Gotta quit it. No, no. Well, that didn't work. Here it is. That's long gone in this buffer. All right, new plan. I'm going to output that into a log file. Let's get this one started. Serve here. Connect, start, and then we'll kill this one and kill this one. And I'll look in that little log file. My ID and peer ID. That seems right. Setting the network master for this node. Unless these ID numbers are different? No, it's same number. Same number on both sides. Set network master. Set name. Set name. Set where network master. We're doing the same stuff here. J is specific node is network master. First node, all kinds of calling node is network master. Oh, that's interesting. Recursive? Recursive is true by default. Okay. Network master of a node is the peer that has ultimate authority over it. When not explicitly set, the network master is inherited from parent node, which if not changed is always going to be the server. Network master can also network master can be set with the function. Yep. Peer makes itself master of the node and controls it. Other remain puppets. Managed by whoever's master. I mean, yeah, the master should be set correctly. I really don't see any reason that this should not be working. I want to see if it's like one of these things in specific or just calling that function at all. Because I feel like we've done everything to make sure that calling this function is okay. But I wonder if it's one of these individual sets here that's messing things up. Serve. Connect, start. Okay. So it's generating all those messages even without setting anything. So there's nothing to do with the fact that we're doing anything on a kinematic body. It's just like deciding that we don't have permission to call that RPC. Right, so this can call mode is making sure that we're the master for this for this particular node, and we are the master, like we are. That's unless something's resetting it somewhere, like I just don't see. I guess we could try printing get network master here, and on this end, print get network master, which is just gonna be like a sea of crap because it's gonna be called at 60 frames a second. But let's try it just to see. Okay, let's stop it so we can see what it is. Oops, close that window, didn't mean to. This is interesting. That shouldn't be alternating, should it? Update remote player should only be called on that one other players. And of course I closed that other window so I could see what was going on over there. So I wonder if that's what's happening. Somehow this is calling the other, we're calling remote update remote player on the wrong player in some cases. That's interesting. So let's open a window over here again. And connect. So we'll close this one. Yeah. So this should only ever be... This should only ever be one. It shouldn't call it... Let's try print get name, or we could just do name. I'll actually do like this. Serve. Connect. Start. Oh, I can't tell the difference between the two because they're both numbers. Okay, we'll put master, not a dot. Here we go. Serve, connect, start, and kill this one, kill this one. So what do we got? Oh, I have a print up here. Should be, okay. If I just ignore that though, the server always gets master and name for that same thing, which that seems totally fine. This one always gets master and name of one, which also seems totally fine. puppet seems right, and it seems to do the right thing. Let me let me just quick look at the docs again really quick about puppet, because it just seems right. Do the bomb calls explode on it. Explode method in the player has a master keyword that means only the player who has mastered that instance will actually get the function. This instance then calls the stun method in the same instance of that player, but in different peers, and only those who are set as puppet, making the player look stunned in all peers. Yeah, that seems right. So, remote, others will be explained further down. So before we call the RPC, because that's, I guess, when it's actually being called, is before we call the RPC. So this doesn't matter. We want to say get network master, which we expect to be ourselves. And then I want to see the name. So name. All right, so before we call the RPC call, and this should only ever be on the player that we own. Player controlled should always be false. Oh, I changed this when I was debugging the info position. That's totally it. 100%. That's what it was. Oh my god. I'm not even going to keep debugging. I'm just deleting my debug code because I know that's what it was. Holy crap. Okay, serve. Connect, start. No debug messages. Let's just walk this tank slow all the way over to the other tank and ensure that it's actually appearing. I need a little more room to drive. It was because I was debugging these stupid name things. I turned temporarily that on to true. Oh my god. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get back to fixing the names. What other debug code did I do? In main. Let's see what else. Nothing else. Okay. Jesus. Okay, so what I have to do for name is I have to make it a little bigger and a little more legible. So let's go over to the tank. Let's got this info. I'm gonna bring it maybe a little bit over like that. And the color rect we're going to resize a little bit. I think we'll make it a little bit taller too, because we're going to make the font just a tiny bit bigger. Here we go. I don't know, 20? 24? And we'll resize this guy to fit here. Oops, that's the wrong kind of resize. And I have it centered, but I'm not sure I really want that. I think maybe we'll just align it left. Or what is fill? I don't know what fill does. To get a tooltip. Align constants. Expand row white space to fill the width. Let's try it. Let's try that, see how it works. Okay, wow, that was a long detour on just the stupid names. Alright. So let me just quick test this. And then it's ready to commit. Move on. Yeah, it's not even wide enough to hold random coward. That's got to be wider. It's got to be wider. Let's go to here. Let's make this, move info a little bit more over. Color rect. Drag it over here. Player name. Drag it over here. Let's not do fill. Let's go back to doing center. Let's move it just up a little bit. Okay. Save that. Kill these ones. Connect. Start. Alright, that's enough space for random coward. Seems good to me. Alright. We will save and commit this. Show player name above tank. Alright, now we're getting down to the part where we make it an actual game. So, bullets, health damage. Where do we start with that? We can do let's just start with shooting the bullets and figure out health and damage after we've got bullets shooting. Gonna make a bullet scene, which is gonna be an area 2D, because all we really care about with this is collision and not physics. And what will we need? We'll need a collision shape. Well, let's start with the sprite actually, so I know what shape I need to make. Start with a sprite. And this will take the object's PNG as its texture. I'm going to set up the texture region. And pixel snap. And where are our bullets? I've got muzzle flares. There's actually bullets for each kind of tank, which is kind of cool. so you know which bullet is yours. And then I could actually attach the bullet scene to each of the tank player scenes. So if we're going to go that way, what is our base tank? Blue. Take the blue bullet, but like, where are the rest of the bullets? Okay, these are some bullets. I kind of like the thin ones, though. Does this one have all the colors, too? I like that blue one, but only if it has equivalents. I just plain don't see them. Oh, here we go. There's the other ones that are that same size. Okay. So let's do this one. Here we go. Does this have any? Yeah, it does. Okay. So there's that bullet. I'm gonna need to rotate it to the right because everything in Godot is based off of rotation is oriented from 1 on the x-axis. So let me add a position 2D. Sometimes, like, I don't know when I should use a node 2D and a position 2D. I don't know. I used a node 2D for the turret hub, so we'll do bullet pivot. And so we rotate the sprite over this way, 90 degrees. And that's all good. We need a collision shape. Collision shape. And this will be, I don't know, I think a circle in the top of it would probably be fine. So would a capsule, or even a square. Maybe a capsule. It's mostly a capsule shape. Here, we have to rotate it though. It seems good. That seems good. So this is our area. So the bullet is going to... Do we configure the damage in the bullet? I think we do, but we probably want the tank to tell the bullet how much damage it has. I don't know. Let's just ignore that for now. Say var damage equals 10. And we need to think about the area 2Ds, body entered. And we're going to do, let's say if body has method. This is a cool trick I just learned the other day from a different tutorial. Take damage. Then we're going to call take damage on whatever body has entered with the damage amount. And then we're going to explode, which we're going to just do Q free, but there's some cool little explosion sprites in the in Kenny's asset pack. So we'll do that in a little bit. Right now, though, all we care about is shooting these bullets out of our tanks and hitting the other person. So, how do we get to that part? We're going to need to add another input thinger. Shoot. Oh, I should call it player shoot because I called all the other player ones starting with player. Player shoot. Although it's kind of obvious that it's the player. But I don't know. Differentiates it from UI underscore. Alright, mouse button, left button. I'm also going to do a spacebar just for discoverability. So after all of this stuff, we're going to do if input is action just pressed, player shoot, and then we need to spawn a bullet, which we'll do just for future proofing. We'll make that be a packed scene that can get assigned. Packed scene. Our we'll say bullet in capitals because not GD. I like to use capitals for scenes because they're kind of like classes. So shoot is pressed. We need to create the bullet at the end of the turret. So we probably need another position 2D. Over here we'll add a... Oh, I did make the turret hub a position 2D. I thought I made it a node, and that's the whole reason I made it kind of unnaturally. Here. Change type. Position 2D. I kind of like the name pivot better than hub too, like on the tank, like turret hub. I feel like it should be turret pivot. And then I got to update in the script a couple of places. Okay, so if action is press player shoot, we probably want to pass this to a different function so that it can be remote sync function shoot. What that does is this will get called both on the server and on the individual clients. And because it's being called right after this update remote player, my hope is that these two things will happen in order. So first thing is we need to make a new bullet. And we want to set its position to turret. Oh, I didn't add a... We're going to add a bullet start position. Oh, but that's... We need a position 2D that I'm going to name that. Bullet start position. I think this actually needs to be a child of the sprite, but I'll test that out by rotating this. If I rotate the turret pivot, Nope, it moves the point too, so it doesn't need to be a child of the sprite. I thought because we moved the rotation point on the sprite that maybe we'd need to move it there too, but I don't think so. So that's the bullet start position. And let's go back to our script. Bullet position is going to equal bullet start position global position. And then bullet rotation is going to equal turret pivot rotation. And we need to set that bullet's vector I feel like this should be a method on bullet. So it'd be like bullet setup. We pass turret, pivot, bullet start position, global position. And turret, pivot, rotation, because everything else can be derived from those two values. I also need to make sure I'm adding this to the parent and not to ourselves. Get parent, add child, bullet. Okay, and then I can figure out the vector and all that other stuff from this setup function. Where is bullet? Here. So we need func setup, and we're taking a position, which is a vector 2, and rotation, which I think is a float. So we're saying position equals position, rotation equals rotation, and then vector, which is going to be a thing. Vector equals vector 2 rotated by rotation Is that all I need to do? No, this isn't quite right. This needs to be, yeah. So that's the correct directional vector. And then on physics process, or just normal process, because this isn't a physics body, we're going to do position plus equals vector times speed times delta. We need a speed too. Var speed. These need to go faster than tanks themselves. Which, how fast do the tanks go? They're going 100, so bolts go 200. Good starting place. All right, so this seems solid. The tank control stuff. Oh, I just called shoot. I need to call RPC shoot, which we'll call it everywhere because it's remote sync. Let me try running this. Whoa! Look at those little bullets. Oh, that's weird. Why is your turret the wrong color? Let's somehow like reset the Yeah, we need some cooldowns. We need some lifetime timers for these things. Let's uh let's get settled here. So the tank needs a let's get over here. We need a timer. Ah, come on. Timer. Call that shoot cooldown, which we're going to set second as a kind of rate of fire. It is kind of one shot, right? If I'm remembering what that means correctly. And so we'll say can shoot equals false. We'll do the little type equals. Info offset is a vector, so I'll declare that as a vector 2, just so I have types everywhere. Our can shoot will start true, actually. Can shoot will start true. So when you shoot, it will set can shoot to false, and if player shoot and can shoot, we'll set can shoot to false, and then we'll start the shoot cooldown timer. It should be called shoot cooldown timer. Start, and we need to bind to its timeout signal, and its only job is to set can shoot back to true. Seems about right. And then the bullet needs a lifetime, or needs a timer, which we're going to call lifetime timer. I always do that. Oop. I like putting my timers last for some reason. I don't know. Lifetime timer. And we're going to set that to some value 2 seconds. I want to be able to get off more than one shot before I can't shoot anymore, or before all the bullets disappear. It's one shot. We're going to bind to the timeout, and that is going to call explode. So yeah, that cooldown timer is too long. Crab fighting game. I may check that out. Yeah, okay, so I need to change that cooldown timer, which I think I can rely on the auto reload stuff for this particular instance. So the tank cooldown timer, we just need to make this way shorter. 0.25. Let's try that. Let's see if it reloaded. Nope, didn't. How do I turn on the auto reload? It's under debug. No. Godot auto reload. Is this a project setting? editor preferences. Settings. Where's the? Here we go. Importance changes. Well, can I change the remote one? Yeah. Why these bullets still exist? Is my cooldown not, or my lifetime timer not working? A couple of things are not working here. That feels like a better rate of fire, but my lifetime timer isn't working. We're just acquiring more bullets. Let's switch to bullet. Oh, I never started. That's helpful. Okay. Lifetime timer. Start. Okay. And then let's restart all our crap. Connect. Start. Yeah, that's even like too long. Lifetime is too long for those bullets. Let's say 1.25. How about that? So you get off 5 bullets at once. Actually, 1. Get off 4 bullets at once. Might have to make them faster for this to work good. 300. Yeah, to prevent me from screwing this up again and to make my life easier, is there a way to tell? So I want to be able to tell if the current scene is the top level scene. Changing the current scene, but what I want to know is if this scene is the current scene. Yeah, this isn't what I need. Get root node. This might help get current scene name. Here. Get scene. Get. Is there a get current scene? Or not get scene. Get tree. Get current. What can we get? Let me look at the docs for scene tree. Current scene. Okay. So let me try that. In the tank, I'm gonna okay, so if testing tank on its own. Make player controlled. So if get tree current scene equals, is it self? Yeah, self. Then player controlled equals true. Okay. Sweet. Get rid of you. Okay, so I have to so we'll say our parent equals get parent. If not parent, then parent equals self. So that's to allow us to test just the scene on its own. What sort of messages am I getting here? Oh, I might have to take a break in a little bit. Well, I will have to take a break in a little bit to keep an eye on my kids for a tiny while. What's the parse error here? Oh. Okay. And it's not letting me fire bullets for some reason. Why not? Because this RPC business? If I remove the remote sync and do like this, will that work? The rotation's wrong. It's like set as top level, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. This is... I don't know if it's worth even making this work. Let's just, if not parent, we're gonna exit. We're gonna return. I'll make this remote sync. Just undo some of the damage I did here. Get back to the basics here. So we have bullets. What else do we need to do before I can make a git commit? Oop, I did waiting for players in both. Okay, and the other thing I want to make sure is if I shoot the other player, where is he? Needs to... Whoa. Oh, you know what? Um, what the heck is happening that isn't colliding? And of course the bullets are like oddly rotated as well. I think there needs to be some changes to turret pivot. This needs to be global rotation, I think. Why can't I edit? Oh, the wrong window is focus. Okay. Say global rotation. Oh, because tank doesn't have a take damage method. Okay, so our health, say, is 100, and we need a take damage method. Take damage. Say damage int health is less than or equal to 0, then we will die. Which we'll want to die everywhere. Yeah, so die will do some kind of animation and get rid of it. The owner of it will need to do some other stuff too. Let's set some physics layers. 2D physics. No, where do I want to go for physics layers? Or collision layers, I mean. Here we go. 2D physics. I'll say environment, players, bullets. And we're going to say the tanks exist on the player layer and they interact with the environment, other players, and bullets. I think actually we want to say bullets interact with them, but I'm not sure that difference even matters. We grab bullets and say bullets exist on the bullets layer and they interact with players, not other bullets. And they probably interact with the environment too. We don't have anything in the environment yet, but they probably will. So, how do we test this? We hit a tank until it explodes. That's 10 shots. That's a lot of shots. Just for testing purposes, I'm going to make my tank a whole lot faster. Let's just make it like... I want to put in a comment here that I had it at 100 because that kind of feels like a tank. Slow and lumbering. But let's make a super fast tank. Whoa, I'm cruising. Oh, that feels good. Feels good to cruise. Hmm. Why are they... Oh. Are the bullets colliding with himself? I think they are. Um, I think that means we need to move the bullet start position a little further out. So there's no chance of collision. Let's try that. Serve. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna cruise way over here. Well, first let's make sure they escape my... Sometimes they don't because of the position of the turret, like right there. See? I'm just shooting myself till I'm dead. Bullets could probably use owners, but that doesn't matter in most cases. If we just make this start position be far enough out that they're not going to collide. How big is a bullet, man? Bullets are too big. Let me test this again. What was the message I just got? Nothing important. Although I should be stopping to watch kids any moment. There. Okay, so I'm not hitting myself anymore. The bullets start way out there. Alright, now let's drive over to the other tank and bullets are so slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, and he gets removed. So we have bullets, we have damage. I don't know who this is. I guess I'll try taking this phone call really quick. Alright, that was the bank. Everything seems good over there. While I was talking to the bank guy, I had some thoughts about the position of everything in this scene. Like, I think we should move everything over so that the bottom of the bullet is the center point, so that it comes out of the turret better. Like that, essentially. Let me see what transform that has. Yeah, seems good. Yeah, cool. Let's call that good. And then let's go to the tank. And I think I can bring this a little closer once that's the case. I can really have it start just at the end. So let's go here. Let's roll over here. Slow bullets. Yeah, it comes out like much nicer. Much closer to the edge. I like it. I'm still hitting myself here though. Yep. Ah. Okay. A little bit further. I'll just test if I'm hitting myself. Stop hitting yourself. Disconnected from server. What's going on here? Let's just close all these windows. I have too many damn windows. Okay, serve. Connect. Start. Just make sure I can't hit myself no matter where I shoot this. No, I'm still hitting myself. Okay, maybe I move the collision capsule, make it shorter. Yeah, if collision only happens up here, how can I hit myself? I think that's good. I think that's good. Save that. Let's close all these. Let's run it. Serve. Connect. Start. I can still hit myself over here. It's just craziness. Okay, so we don't have that problem. Now, I think the last thing before I want to save... don't close Godot. Cancel. Last thing I want to do before I save and commit is... to figure out what happened with the green turret turning blue. Like, it seems like that just shouldn't have happened. Because it probably screwed up all the... Oh, I renamed the turret pivot to turret hub, and that probably messed up those other scenes. I wonder if I can just manually edit them, like in Vim. Tanks, player, star. Okay, here we go. Yeah. It's turret pivot. That's what broke everything. Turret hub, change to turret pivot. Player 1, turret pivot. Player 2. Yeah, don't save, because you're all wrong. Let's reopen. There we go. So we're all good. We're all good now. It's just I got I gotta be careful of that, like renaming things haphazardly when they are parent scenes. All right, so I might end up doing to Bullet what I did to the tanks, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's reopen my to-do so I can update that. Oh, no, because I only added bullets and health and damage. I just didn't, I need to add a health bar, add explosion for both bullet and tank. And then everything after that is about the loop. Which then it really gets interesting. Then it really gets interesting after that part. All right. Just gonna quick look over the diff. All right. Add bullets, health, and damage. All right, I think I'm going to stop my stream. I know that my kids are going to be here any moment. I'm going to need to watch them for 15, 30 minutes, something like that, before I can come back on. And it's also be a good time to eat. But to whoever is still watching, thanks for hanging out. See ya.